Hi everyone, it's Ali and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I have a really cute little interactive card for you from Heffy Doodle Stamps, and it's using a really simple magnetic mechanism to make this cute little dragonfly fly around his little garden scene. So I started the card by creating the grass pieces, and to do this I just used twisted citron and covered a piece of white cardstock fairly thickly with my Distress Oxide ink, and then I'm going to use my Grassy Lass border dies to cut the grass pieces, two of those, so that I can just overlap them a little bit at the bottom of the card. And then I decided I just wanted the base of the grass to be a little bit darker, so I just used some crushed olive as well to darken up the base of those two lawn pieces. Then to create my sky piece, I used a tattered rose and some dried marigold as well to create that lovely coloured sky, just overlapping the two colours, so just one on top of the other, and I just kept layering them until I was happy with the colour of that background. And then my lawn pieces were going to go along the base like so. I've used some water to splatter some droplets on, and also my metric stitched rectangle die to cut out that piece. And now I'm going to use my big bug hugs and also the big mushroom from No Matter What to stamp out some of my images. If you're interested in more details about the colour and the Copics that I've used to colour the images, you can head over to the Heffy Doodle blog, and I've popped the details on there. I'm just putting in a little bit of my colouring to show you how I do my colouring process with my Copics, and basically I always start with the darkest colour first and then go to a kind of a close shade, I guess, and then I try and finish off with quite a light shade so that I get a fairly big variation between my lightest colour and my darkest colour. I just like the look of that versus, you know, a really even colour gradation. I like that bit more of a contrast between the lightest and the darkest colours. And I use a lot of my W greys as well as a lot of my C greys in my Copics as well. So when I finished all of my colouring, I've used my dies to cut out all of the images, and I usually keep my dies together in most cases, and the way I actually then cut out images is I roughly cut them into separate images, and then I put that behind my die and stick a bit of washi tape or whatever over the top, secure it, and then run it through my die cutting machine. So once I die cut all those pieces, I just placed them on the scene and adhered them how I wanted them to go, and then I'll create the mechanism for the magnet. And you can see I've already cut my tab just underneath there. It was out of quite thick card, and I've stuck one of the magnets on the end of that tab with some liquid adhesive. Now I'm just going to put the other magnet on the back of the dragonfly, and you can see there how it actually is going to move around. So just putting it on, I just checked to make sure I knew which way the magnet had to adhere to the dragonfly, so the magnets attracted together when they were on the card, and I just left it to dry really, really well. Now I forgot that I needed to make my tab a coordinating colour, so I just did the same two colours as the background or the sky piece, and then the magnetic tab is going to go behind the front piece like so, and then the dragonfly can fly around. So I just had to make sure that top piece was popped up so that the magnet would fit behind it and slide around freely. So I've just used 3D foam, 2 layers of that, making sure that I left a gap on the right hand side there, as you can see, so my tab and magnet can be put in behind the card front, and then it can move around. So then I just adhered it onto a craft card base and then slotted my magnet piece in. And then the dragonfly goes on the top and you can fly him around. I love how it spins and changes direction as well with the magnet. So with the sentiment, I just stamped it in Versa Mark ink and white embossed it and then trimmed it down. And then I'm just going to adhere it onto the front of my card, and I just put it up to the top a little more so that it wasn't going to get in the way of the dragonfly being able to fly around on the front of the card. So they're lots of fun to play with, and I just finished it off by using the Interactively Yours stamp set and creating a little circle for the tab with it said pull here and a little swirly arrow, and trimmed off the excess and then popped it back in. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it and it gives you some ideas of how you can use some simple magnets to create an interactive card. As I said, hop over to the Heffy Doodle blog. I'll put the link below if you're interested in more details. Bye.